What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarah. Make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go. Today's video, as you can tell from the title, is going to be just like my all-time favorite baby products to date. Of course, there's a million things out there that you are told you're supposed to get or you need to have before a baby comes. I have a 3-month-old and my experience has just been that you really don't need all the things that you think you need. He is right here on the bed. You may hear him crinkling his toys. If you are interested in hearing some of my favorite products, stuff that we used every single day, could not live without for the last 3 months, then keep on watching. Okay, so let's start with the biggest thing, which is the child on my bed. This is the Dockatot. We use this every single day up until recently because he's been getting so big. So now I kind of use this as a headrest. But this thing is so good for the beginning because you really just want to put them down next to you and you can't put them down on the couch. You can't put them down on the bed. So this has like the nice padding and they just fit right in there. Like I said, he's getting a little big for this, so we haven't used it in a while, maybe like a week or two, feels like a while, but I just put him on it right now and he still loves it. He's chilling. He just likes to have his head a little bit more elevated now because he's over 3 months. So we love this, could not live without it. Like this is a must register for item for us. I don't know what else to say about it other than it's amazing. Okay, the second thing, I'm just gonna get it out of the way, is the Snoo, which I have right here in our bedroom right now. I actually have a vlog where I talk about like a full review of the Snoo and why we love it and why we cannot live without it and why like it really works for us. So I won't go into detail right now, but that is one of our must-have, can't live without items. We use it every night. I'm honestly like not looking forward to taking him out of it because he's at the point now where he loves it so much. Like he smiles when we put him in it. You love it, right? I'm just like, I'm gonna be sad when he moves out of my room. And so there's also one thing I want to mention about that because I think that's a big point of contention for people when they're deciding whether to get the Snoo. They don't want the baby to like rely on being rocked for the transition period into a crib, but it actually has a weaning feature that we're starting to use. So that's supposed to help them transition. We haven't done that yet, so keep that in mind. Like I can't speak to how that works or how that will work for him, but right now he's just in love with it. It has given us so much sleep, so much more sleep than we would have had. So let's move on. Okay, let's talk about the Halo swaddles. These are something that we used non-stop at the beginning. Honestly, before he was sleeping in the Snoo, we would put him in this and he slept in our little bassinet. These are just the easiest swaddle ever. Velcro, you guys have probably seen these, but Velcro, zipper, you just stick them in there, zip them up. He's very chatty. Velcro them up and they're just really secure and they feel like he loves being in them. Like he just feels good in here. Nice like fuzzy fleece material, but they have a more cotton material too if you don't want the baby to get too hot. But we use these so much. We don't use them that much anymore because he's in the Snoo so often, but if we're traveling and we don't bring the Snoo and he just sleeps in a bassinet, we do bring these with us so that he has some kind of, you know, like swaddle feeling until we start to transition him out of a swaddle. These are our favorites. Let's talk about diapers. I'll just be quick about this. The Huggies have been by far our favorite. We don't really like anything else. We tried Pampers and for him, like they just did not work well. So he's in a size 2 right now, but we've been in Huggies since newborn size. I just love how they have, like once you get to size 2, they have the purple. So you know the purple's the front. It's just easy when it's like late at night. It says front and back, but when it's late at night, I'm like, is this on backwards? So I love that. I don't know, I feel like many times he could have had a blowout if he wasn't using one of these diapers. I think they're just better for blowouts. They have like, I think they have something different where like it's an elastic band or some kind of extra layer to help avoid blowouts. So we love Huggies, I just had to mention that. Should I be holding you? Do you want me to hold you? And you might be happy. How's that? You good now? You good now? Should we go look at yourself in the mirror so you can be happy and smiling? Okay, okay. So moving on, let's talk about, well, let's just keep it on the diaper train. In terms of preventing diaper rash, A&D, far and away, best thing we've ever used. We've tried a bunch of different things. We keep going back to this. This is probably like our 5th bottle of this. We're kind of crazy in that we put this on almost every time we change him. I know it's excessive, but it works for us, it works for him, and he never gets diaper rash. It's a great barrier for when they do poop because it just like wipes right off them. It doesn't stick to anything. We absolutely love Andy. My mom was like, this is what I used on you. This is like all we use. And I'm like, yeah, it's so good. So Andy, and then just in case you were wondering, we use the Pampers Aqua Pure, like they're like 99% water wipes. Nothing like amazing about these out of the ordinary, I guess, from other wipes, other than like we wanted them to be like as clean as possible. And these, he's just never had any issue with these. These have been great for us. I just made a huge like Amazon order of like, you know, 3 cases of this because because we're gonna need them and use them for a long time. So we love these. All right, so next we'll do just like kind of like medical type things, I guess you could say. Okay, so one thing that I feel like you might not think that you need, or you just may forget because it's kind of a small thing, is a baby thermometer. So this is the Care One baby thermometer. It just goes right on the side of his head, and it's really nice to have if they're super fussy and you're like, what's wrong? Is he sick? Is that funny? We just like to have this on hand to be like, does he have a fever? The times we used it the most was after he got his 3-month shots. He did start running a fever, and I was glad that I had it because I could check it easily and like know what it was. Keep in mind, if he's working himself up or the baby's working themselves up, their temp's gonna come out higher on here than it actually is. Just keep that in mind. Something I learned. Definitely get a baby thermometer. We love this one because it just goes right here. I know they have like, it's maybe not as accurate as like the internal thermometers, but we've never used those. We just use this, and I don't need it to be like super accurate. I just need to know if he has a temp or not. So we love this one. And then baby infant Tylenol. Don't be a rookie and not have this, okay? We took him for his 3-month shots, and he, like I said, he ended up running a temp, and he woke up screaming from a nap later that day. And I didn't have that. I had to call my mom and ask her to bring it over to me because I didn't have it. And that was the only thing that was gonna help him calm down because he was still rattled from the shots, and he had a little temp, and like we needed it. Like it was like, I couldn't have even like brought him anywhere because he was screaming so bad. It was awful. Like I was crying, holding it. It was not good. So do not be a rookie like me. Get your infant Tylenol. It is worth just having in your cabinet. Just do that for yourself, okay? The other thing that we used a lot at the beginning was this stuff called grape water. My sister-in-law and brother actually told me about this. It's really good for when they're fussing and you don't really know what else to do. Like you feel like you've tried everything. It's to help, ooh, excuse you. It's to help gas, colic, fussiness, and hiccups. So here it is, grape water. Of course, everything in this video will be linked in the description box for you guys. Most of the time when we use it, we notice that it works. Like it'll either, you know, he'll fall asleep because it'll relieve his gas or whatever it is, his fussiness. And we're like, oh man, like grape water, like that stuff worked. So, oh, big yawn. So again, just like a nice thing to have. I just feel like it's nice to arm yourself with, you know, as many things as possible that you might need in those situations where they're like so fussy and you're like, I don't know what else to do with you. Let's try this, you know, that type of situation. And then lastly, for that type of stuff, a snot sucker, nose frida, saline spray. And then we also have the other nose frida. I just can't find it. It's somewhere in my apartment. The one that like you suck on it and it sucks the snots out of their nose. So quick story about that and why I feel like that's a very important thing to have is when they're newborns, which no one told me this, they make the craziest noises when they're asleep. I remember the first few nights we put him down in the Snoo, he sounded like, it was like, we were like, is he okay? Is he breathing? Like they make the craziest noises, and it's because like all their, you know, little things are little and underdeveloped, and like they only breathe out of their nose at the beginning of their life. So one day he was napping, and he woke up from a nap, he let out this huge sneeze, and like snot was everywhere, and all of a sudden he started choking. So the mucus was stuck in his throat and he was choking, and we were like, oh my God, what do we do? Luckily we had that nose frida. We like tipped him. We honestly Googled what to do because we were in a like serious like scary situation. We like tipped him over, hit his back so he was inverted, and like Ethan was holding him, and then we stuck the nose frida in his nose and I sucked out his snot. And we also used the snot sucker. We used both. This is also a good thing to have. And so much mucus was coming out. He was just like choking on it. It was awful. So that was very important to have. I don't know what would have happened if we didn't have that. We were so scared and just like, so we ended up taking him to the ER. He was fine. They did tests on everything. And what we kind of figured out was like, this can happen with newborns because everything is just so little and not fully developed yet. And what did they tell us? They were like, you did exactly everything right of what you should have done. So then they kind of sprayed him with some saline, and we started using this a little bit more frequently, which is just the saline snot spray, which is just saline. It helps break up mucus. So if we feel like he's mucusy, if we feel like he's like sneezing a lot, or we can tell he's stuffed up, we'll just, you know, give him a little shot of that, and it really seems to help just like break everything up. So love that. Love that for us. That was a very scary moment. Okay, let's talk about feeding a little bit. So for bottles, we have been obsessed with these. These are the komotomo bottles. Ethan could probably tell you more about why he loves these so much because he's the one who gives bottles, but it's this really like gummy, squishy bottle that is much more like a breast. He loves it. The nipple is also, I think, more like a real nipple, and the flow comes out a lot faster than the Dr. Brown's bottles, which we were using the Dr. Brown bottles from the beginning, and he liked those just fine. They were great, but he was starting to get a little frustrated with them, I think because the flow was so much slower, and now that like my milk is fully in and I'm just fully breastfeeding, I think that one is much more friendly to like a slightly older like infant as opposed to a newborn, because he just wants the milk. He's just trying to eat. Kid's just trying to eat, you know? So he loves those. Ethan loves those. When he's giving him a bottle, he just feels like he eats much quicker. He's happier. It's a much easier process, so we love those. If you are breastfeeding, this is a must-have, non-negotiable. This is the haka, but it's not like the regular haka, which I have both, but if you guys have seen the regular haka, it's kind of like looks kind of like a breast pump part. I don't use it very often, if at all, because it gets in the way. Like he is kicking and moving and grooving when he's feeding, so he will kick that off and it'll make a mess. It's annoying. So this one's great because it just suctions on the back, just suctions to you, like, that kind of worked. It's kind of gummy and sticky, which is great. It can go right in a nursing bra or tank top, whatever you're wearing when you're feeding, to just catch the letdown. The first like 2 months of his life of me feeding, I had so much letdown. Like I stored so much milk. So otherwise that would have been wasted if I didn't use a haka. I just used like a towel. Like I said, the other haka is just kind of annoying. Got in the way, didn't love it. So this one, my friend who just had a baby actually got this for me, and she was like, you need this. And I use it all the time. I'm at a point now with feeding where I don't have as much letdown. Like I think I kind of like trained my body to know when to do what. But at the beginning, I had so much letdown. Like it would have been ridiculous to waste all of that. So highly recommend. Last thing is this little nail file. I don't know if this is the best thing ever. This is I forget who makes this. Oh, but you're getting so heavy. It's on the inside of this. Haka, that's what I thought. So it's Haka who makes this. It looks like this. It has different levels, right one, right two, off, left one, left two. You just kind of flick it on. There's a light, and it just rotates and files their nails. I was very scared at the thought of clipping his nails, which I feel like a lot of new moms are. I still don't do it. I file them, and I like it. Like it works fine. I just think there could be a better one. It tends to leave the corners of his nails a little long where I have to work at them longer. It's the best thing I've found, and they're not like clippers and scissors, so I like it better. It's one of those things where once their nails start growing, like he hacks his face up. Like one morning we woke up and he had like just like this like chunk out of his nose because he scratched himself. So important to have something like that, and I like the file. I think it's pretty good. I think that's everything. Oh wait, my Uppa Baby. I'm gonna just roll that in here, hold on. Okay, here is my Uppa Baby Vista. Can you guys see this? Not that well. I'm gonna link it below for you guys because there's not much I can do to show it to you. I just put him in here just to keep him cool for a minute, but cannot say enough good things about this. Cannot recommend this thing enough in terms of a stroller. It is the Mesa car seat, the Uppa Baby Vista system, We also got the bassinet with it, which is amazing, and we used when we were traveling when he was really little, and we still use when we take him places. Also, we love to take him in walks with the bassinet attachment, just clips right in. The wheels are so good. I brought this on the beach in the summer. I feel like it can go in rough terrain. It turns on a dime. This is carpet, and like with one hand, one wrist, one turn, like it's amazing, especially if you're alone. Like if I'm not with Ethan and I need to like go get the door, open the door, it's so easy. My only hang up is I feel like the car seat's a little heavy, but I think it's worth it for everything else. So I just wanted to mention that, but I mean, I can't, this thing is so good. It has like a huge pocket in the bottom for storage. We like put all our groceries in there, or we like load that up. What's so funny? We load that up if like, whatever, we're going somewhere and are walking out to the car. It's so nice to have. I actually bought this little thing on stroller. Actually got the whole thing on stroller. I think it's called like stroller Rita. Excuse me, bug. I don't love this thing that much, but we needed some kind of stroller like thing. It's fine. I think there's definitely better ones out there. I think Base, B-E-I-S, makes a really good one. Okay, let's get you out of there. Let's get you out of there. So that's it, guys. That is everything. This boy has a dirty diaper. I just caught a nice whiff of. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you guys have other like must-have everyday products in the comments below. Let me know if there are things you love, because I'm always looking for things to help make this mom life more convenient. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Say bye. Bye.